Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Bridgen from CZT Daved Levitan. Now, this is, I want to say it's a unique tangle in that the first step is the string. Usually, now if you're unfamiliar with that term string in Zentangle lingo, highly recommend finding a CZT, such as myself, who teaches a, I hate to say the word beginner or 101 class. That's what some people will call it that. I call mine Zentangle Essentials because in that class we teach the essential techniques and features and lingo of the Zentangle method. So the string is one of the parts, and it essentially divides up your space. And this is part of the beginning parts that's in pencil. So everyone that knows me, that watches, you're going, she's going to take a deep breath in a minute. Yes, I am, because this it's silly. You might have a challenge with this. If you do, you are in good company, not only with myself, but I remember reading, it was either reading or hearing Rick Roberts, co-founder of Zentangle, talking about something similar. It's not easy for all of us to just put the pencil down and do whatever. So I will take a deep breath and just do whatever. All right. Oh, that's good. I'm just going to leave it like that. All right. That's kind of cool. All right. So then, once you have that, and this part is in pencil, then decide which side of your string line that you want to work on. I think I'm going to go on the outside. And then the first step in this one is pick an end to start, and I'm going to start here. And we're just going to put a small orb. Then, notice I'm putting it on the line. More than once, I put it like in the middle and then started the other part wrong. It's like you think this is not a hard tangle, but yet sometimes. All right, so then I'm going to be on the string line here, and you decide what length you want this part to be. And then from the top of the orb, I'm going to continue that line. Then, however far you want to go, then we'll put another orb. And you just keep going around. Now, what I like about, I just think it's neat because there are border tangles, and that go in a line like this, and sometimes they're more, I don't want to say complicated, but there's a lot more to it, and sometimes they're thicker, and you can use those to divide up your space like this. But this is just really nice because it's so small and fits so nicely on the string. And you just continue on, and then at some point here, probably soon, yes, soon, I'm going to have a crossroads. And so let me make this one a little bit shorter. Now, if you are familiar with the hollabaw technique, you already know what's going to happen. If you are not, hollabaw, this is one of those essential techniques that I teach in the essential Zentangle Essentials class. But what we're going to do is we're going to draw underneath this. So I'm taking my pen, I'm drawing the line, picking it up. And this side isn't hard because you can just continue on the line that's already there. The second one, you just have to imagine that line is there. And it's like air draw with my pen. So I pick it up, travel it over, put it down on the other side, and then continue. And that's how we draw underneath something. Hollabaw is a tangle in and of itself. And I do have that on a video. So if you want to explore it further, you can just click on my name or my picture, and that should take you to the home page of the channel. And there you can search for specific tangles or videos, see the playlists and all of that. And we're gonna keep. I'm continuing on this until I get to this end. And then we can have, there's some more fun to be had. Oh, let's see. Oh, actually, you know, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something a little different. I'm just going to use that orb because it fits in just about right. and continue on from that as if I drew it. All right, and I'm going to put my ending one there. So that's neat. And then if you wanted to, I mean, if you want to just leave it like this, of course you could. And then you could fill in the sections just like we would with a normal string, and you know, or just have fun with that. Now, David has a further step in there, and that is to continue. So you would follow along your string, and then say you it's like, oh, I want to add some more. I want to, you know, do something else with it. Well, you can. And let's see. And you would start from he has it starting from like this end, but although it's Zentangle and it doesn't matter. That end just is, well, actually, so here's what's fun. I'm going to connect this to here because I want to. And it's Zentangle, and you can do that. But from here, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to draw another orb here. And then create a path. So this, you can just, well, you could do it two ways. You could, you know, add an orb and then connect the lines. And I suppose you could do that on the path. He made it clear in the instructions as I was reading it. There was something about, you know, orb and then lines, orb, line, and working it as you go. And so that's nice. You could do it, you know, and honestly, you could do it any which way you want. But there is something to be said about having, you know, a certain way of doing things. I just needed something there, so I'm going to just connect it right up to here. But take a look at the link by where it says for more inspiration. That will be to David's Step Out and some samples so you can see. One of the things that I liked in there was adding another technique or tangle enhancer. And this is something that you could do. I'm going to do it on here because I'm not going to fill this up with tangles. But it was to do what we call rounding. So in these areas where there's like a corner, and that first one I didn't do so great. I like to use the takeoff and land concept because you see how I have a little bump there, and this is just me being me. But let's just add to all of those little corners. He doesn't have this in the Step Out, but in at least one of the samples I saw that, and I'm like, oh, that's neat looking. And as far as this last step goes, you know, where you're adding stuff, you can just have as much fun as you want with that. And you will see on his samples just that. There we go. It's helpful to the takeoff and land concept is just tracing over a little bit of one line onto the next line, so like kind of like merging, and it just, like I said, it helps to eliminate those bumps and just make it look smooth. But there we go. So it's, like I said, it's a really cute tangle. It's neat in that the string is the first step, and I think that is such a neat idea. Plus, you know, this could take on a number of different looks depending on what you want to do, because of course you could decorate it afterwards. For instance, I'm picturing, for some reason I'm picturing steampunk, and this could look like a chain or something. You could put an orb in the center and decorate it. You could put lines, but just as it is, it's really, really cool. So, but let's add some shading, because where we go under, that's important. So I'm putting some graphite on either side. Just have to remember where to... Oh, and actually, you know what? Where I added stuff on here, I'm going to pretend that this kind of tucks underneath also. All right. And then we'll just bring it out a little bit. Oh, and that's right. This one I went underneath here as well. Although I kind of used that that orb, but you know, and as I'm doing this, I'm thinking, well, you know, depending on how the distance between your orbs, I mean, you could add the shading, you know, like this, just wherever you want. So if there's, you know, let's see, no, that one is over. As I said, this one is under. But I mean, it's up to you. It's your tangle. You can have fun with it. You could add it to each one if you want. Could even, because I'm just treating this like a tangle in and of itself, and you can do that. You know, it's fun to fill in, you know, all of the spaces, because that's what we do. But there is also something neat about having this, you know, open space and playing with that. I haven't looked at the camera yet. I see what it looks like here. It always looks neater on the camera, and I haven't looked yet. I'm excited. I'm waiting, though. It's like, well, we just finished Christmas. It's like Christmas when you're a kid. All right. Yes. See, and that adds some neat depth to it. So, how cool. All right. This was a great tangle. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, would love to have you click like. Feel free to share it, leave comments. And if you liked it enough to see more, I would love it if you be a subscriber to the channel. I already mentioned the description section. I always do my own version of the step out, so you'll find that plus David's. And then below that, ways to connect with me. So there's a link to my website. And if you happen to be on Facebook, we have a private group for my fellow Tangle addicts where we have a lot of fun. So you could join us there. Let's see. On my website, I do classes almost twice weekly, just depends on the week. Would love to have you join us. I have a number of free sessions. Those are called Tangle Time. They're on Thursdays. Well, Thursday's my time at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. Depending on where you are, at least there's some ways to follow me in classes when I post them that automatically convert for your time zone. I think I have a link to World Time Buddy, which is it's a website where you can pretty easily convert time, so that way you can see where it would be in your time zone. So would love to have you join us. And I have a couple classes a month that are paid. I have a membership club as well, because it's like one of the paid classes is actually I turned it into an exclusive class just for club members, because I thought that was a nice thing to do, and everybody that's in the club enjoys it. And but you can check that out. Check us out for free if you've not joined yet. And we would just, like I said, we would love to have you. I see a place that I missed here, or that just needed something. Oh, you know, here's another thought on this as I'm thinking. You could always do a drop shadow, which is just a little ways away than directly on it. Just gives it a little bit different look. So with that little last tidbit, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.